Welcome back to another Dutch reaction video. This one, the title says, what was your biggest surprise on arriving in the Netherlands? So, like what they're saying at the start of the video here, the most surprising thing about Netherlands, they're going to let us know their experiences. And for a foreigner like myself, I'm from Australia, it makes me curious about what other people's, other foreigners' experiences about arriving in Netherlands. I suppose, not just arrive, but I suppose it's their first time. Like, what was their biggest surprise? So, that's intriguing to me. Anyway, I'm going to get right into this. Subscribe for more Netherlands Dutch reaction videos. If you got recommendations, let me know. Let's get right into it.
The most surprising thing about the Netherlands for somebody from London is how calm and well-behaved Dutch drunk people are.
I relate. Like, from Australia, I feel like we are very similar to UK, but also I'm not surprised if a lot of other places in the world have people that, don't control themselves so well when they're drinking. But when they're drunk, that's, that will be different, a different experience, but it's something you would like, for sure.
Calm and well-behaved Dutch drunk people are.
Is that true? Or is there still some people that, don't act appropriately?
The first year that I came to the Netherlands, I was amazed how people were sympathetic and friendly with me.
The surprising me is the country is so small, but the people's mind is so huge.
The thing that has astonished me is how friendly they are. If you pass them when you're biking, everyone says hi. And the first couple of days I wasn't responding because in California we'd never do that.
Whenever I've just been cycling around or I've been walking to the shops, people will always say, "Oi."
I find it strange because you don't know them.
You never get that in Southeast London.
I'm not sure if anyone, it depends where you are from in the world. I'm not sure how much, the change in Netherlands, but when I was growing up, when I was younger, just say in the 90s, maybe early 2000s, people were really friendly. Or maybe, I don't know if it's the perspective you have of it when you're young, but neighbors used to always talk, but, be friendly. These days, everyone is in their own circle, kind of. But again, why I'm saying that experience, like in Australia, there's been more and more, I suppose, again, if we talk about foreigners, there's been people living in Australia now, and and I feel people stay in their own circles, and which is fair enough. People you're comfortable with, that speak the same language with you, but like everyone, not everyone, but it's like there's not a lot of friendly neighbors like you're close with anymore, and everyone is just in their own little circles, I think, which is fair enough if that's what you're comfortable in, but I've noticed that change. So I think that that's something that would stand out to me, if everyone is just friendly, and that's just the nature.
It gives you a friendly atmosphere between you, and sometimes it opens up into a conversation. A guy would be walking his dog, and then he'd start talking about the weather or whatever after he said hi.
You have to say hello to 40, 50 people on the way. They are very polite, I think over polite.
A guy came out with his truck. He had to make a left-hand turn, and I was just sitting at the bench. He pulled out, and he was going like this for about 10 seconds or so, trying to get my attention so he could say hi to me.
When I came here, lovely. All my girlfriends at home said, "Oh, you have a Netherlander." And I said, "Why? Why is it so special?" "Oh, they are so open, they are so nice, they are this, and they are."
The Dutch mentality, the people that they are direct.
Hungry.
Dutch people say everything very directly.
You can have all kinds of thinking. Nobody will feel strange, feel shocked.
They speak very loudly than Japanese people. When I'm in the class, I have to speak loudly than normal.
One thing I found really surprising about here is that people give out their bank account numbers to other people.
That's dangerous.
Like that would just never happen in the United States. Like, oh, you can pay me. And I said, okay, well, how? Here's my bank account number. That just would not happen.
Oh, wow. Okay. No. Yeah. Well, not to strangers. If, you know, family, friends, they want to send me money or need to send me money, you give them the bank details. But probably not to strangers. Yeah. So kind of in between for me, I guess.
Okay, well, how? Here's my bank account number. That just would not happen.
Coming from the south of Italy, I was just used to the fact that people would not stick to their words. So what I was very surprised is what was the difference between the Italian way of hiring person and the way that they instead do it here.
The most
I'm trying to not overreact to what she's saying because of other things. Because I've known people with an Italian background and a Dutch background that like live in Australia, like they were born here, but yeah, I'm not going to say too much. But there's definitely different ways they act, that's for sure.
The way of hiring person and the way that they instead do it here.
The most surprising, the lack of hierarchy that we see in our organizations compared to the United States.
In Japan, in the school, we have to respect teachers, respect all people. In the Netherlands, after the class, we always drink beer or do karaoke with my teachers. We are very equal, so
that's
that
cool.
is very impressive for me.
I found it very surprising that they throw this most amazing carnival party down in the south, the Catholic south, on a par with Venice or parts of South America. You know, that was, to see the Dutch going totally wild. That was such a shock.
How tall everyone was. I knew there was like tall people here. But then when you stand in a concert and there's just no way you're going to see anything.
I reacted to this video. I'll put it on the screen because when I search it up on my channel, I'll find it. And basically, like he was used to being taller in his country, but then going to the Netherlands, it's like he's the same height as most people or only a little bit taller, or there would be more taller people than him, and different experience. So there's a few little things like that, like from these videos consistently. I'll pick up little facts. It's like the thing about how common English is compared to other countries where English is not the main language. It's still fairly, spoken by most people.
All people here. But then when you stand in a concert and there's just no way you're going to see anything. Ever.
The smell of the country. You can feel the smell of the cows. Sheep. Surprised me.
That is really surprising because this is everywhere.
I felt the smell and I said, oh my gosh, I
stepped into something. And I started to look my shoe and it was nothing there. And I said, oh my gosh, a bird pooped in my hair. And I started to look my hair. Then I said, oh my gosh, maybe I'm sick.
We don't have the alarm. First time I was here, I didn't know about it, and suddenly 12 years, I don't know, first it was for war and then for flood. Very, very scary.
There is a couple of bridges. These bridges are for planes. So you are driving and plane crosses bridge right above your head. That still is funny for me.
Prostitutes on windows? That's pretty surprising.
The red light district, I didn't know that a country would have that.
I was in Amsterdam walking around on a Sunday morning and I was very, very tired and I needed some coffee. So I politely asked a little old Dutch lady who obviously just came out of church where the nearest coffee shop was. Not knowing what a coffee shop meant in the Netherlands, she proceeded to yell at me and smack me with her purse.
More foreigners will go to a coffee shop and smoke weed than Dutch people. The drug culture is very small. You go to England where it is illegal straight up, and more people in England smoke weed than they do in the Netherlands.
The service here tends to be more focused on the human experience rather than making a quick buck. If I walk into a restaurant, for example.
After we order, we usually don't see the waiter again. We have to flag them down to get refills, and also getting the bill sometimes is a problem.
I have the opportunity to sit and enjoy the conversation that's around me and go when I'm ready to go, unless of course it's closing time. It's incredibly human experience focused.
How the hospital or the doctors work here is very different. If you go to India or the US or everywhere, then you've been pumped up with a lot of antibiotics, and here if you go to the hospital you get paracetamol, that's all. You get, wait for 3 days, see if the fever is still there. After that you come fully different than most of the countries, I would say.
The biggest surprise to me is that everyone bikes. I find that it's so interesting that the older people still bike. They're still able to get around. It's amazing.
See, I don't know what other countries are like, or if I see a bit on social media, but I'm not sure if it's just in Australia what I hear, like, always people talk about. Let me know if it's the same in your country, like if you're not from the Netherlands. But I suppose most people watching here is from Netherlands. But there's a lot of people that say bad things about like cyclists on the road. So, or if you experience that even in Netherlands, let me know. But it seems like it's pretty common to ride your bike. But yeah, a lot, like at least in my experience, like people like seem to have like bad things to say about them for whatever reason. I'm not sure if it's like they think you should just drive, but I don't know. That's just my experience of what people say about cyclists.
Still bike. They're still able to get around. It's amazing.
You'd see 3 people on the one feet, one riding, one on this side, one hanging on the back.
The parking lots would have like 30 cars and 900 bikes.
Wow.
10% of the parking lot was cars and 90% was bikes.
I knew that this was a biking place, and I loved that about Holland.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they're not afraid to run you over.
Everybody riding a bicycle, and you have really a road for the bicycles everywhere.
Okay.
It was really a surprise for me.
I have to watch everywhere all the time because bikers are coming from all the directions, and I was not sure if I'm taking the correct road. Am I on the bike road now, or what is happening?
That would be crazy though, on that subject. Like you're driving and you're seeing all these bikes. So if you're not used to that, you're like, what's happening? But it's cool that it's common, I guess. It's a unique thing. I think it's unique. If there's any other countries where it's this common, let me know. But I haven't, I was going to say experienced it, but I haven't been aware of that. That, any country, it would be, this much. Like he said, like 90%.
Taking the correct road. Am I on the bike road now, or what is happening?
Previous.
The wind. The first 2 days I couldn't feel my face.
Windmills. I wanted always to stop everywhere and make pic of every windmill.
I understood that there was rain here, but I did not fully appreciate how much. My very first year was the coldest, wettest year in over 100 years.
The steps. I remember just how thin and tall the houses were. Looking at them, I wondered how people could even live in them.
Coming from Ireland, I found the organisation of everything a total surprise.
How Dutch people are so precise with time. Here the tram comes in 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes, it's leaving. And I was always the one running behind it.
You're standing at the bus stop and it says bus in 1 minute. And it comes.
The shop's closing at 5:30.
That's
or
beautiful.
6
Oh no,
o'clock.
hold up. Let's stop and appreciate that. The bus, it says it's coming in 1 minute. It arrives when it's supposed to arrive, not 3 or 4 minutes later. It's like these little things that make your life a bit easier, and they all add up to be a big positive. Netherlands, it sounds like a lovely place.
And it comes.
The shop's closing at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. You can't buy anything after that. That was like a big shock for me.
It's the same here. A lot of shops close around that time. Again, if you're from other countries, like if it's like America or India, I'm just saying India because he is. But anywhere else in the world, is that not as common? But yeah, fairly common here in Australia for shops to close 6 o'clock, especially during the week on a weekday. But yeah.
You can't buy anything after that. That was like a big shock for me.
I had tears in my eyes. I couldn't get to a store after 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock now.
See, I'd expect that.
It really irritated me because I thought, oh God, it's so organised here. The more I sort of relaxed into it and the more time I spent here, I think I'll go over to Holland for a little bit of organisation for a while.
Do I say it? Do I say it? Something else I learnt. When you're wanting to say Netherlands, you don't say Holland. Unless she was staying in Holland specifically. But, yeah. A bit of an error if she was meaning Netherlands as a whole. Okay. We're going to leave it there. It's just going to be a little outro. Okay. I did see this type of video. I mentioned in another one as well, I like when it's a video kind of interviewing people and it's some real feedback. I like the videos as well, of course, where it's talking about whether it be the history or specific subjects about Netherlands. But yeah, that's someone, whether it be they're reading a script or whatever the situation is. But yeah. When they're talking to people, asking them questions, and they're giving their feedback, I really like these type of videos. And there seems to be, like, from this one, people all over the world, all different countries. Obviously, not all the countries in the world, but a good variation of countries, people from different countries, coming to Netherlands and having great things to say. Again, there's more things for me to write down on my list of reasons to visit Netherlands. But when that does happen, I think I'll definitely have different videos. Obviously, we're doing reactions at the moment. But yeah, I suppose document my travels and give my thoughts. But yeah, when that time comes, we'll see about that. But yeah, I had just, again, this only added to the good things I thought about Netherlands. So are these common? Do you have any? Leave me your comments about what you heard people say in this video. If it's accurate, not accurate, any of these things, it's good to get some additional feedback. But as I said, I like these type of videos. See, especially, I think I'll take a look at more on this channel because, when it's the asking real people questions, I don't know, there's something really... it's real. That feels real to me. But when you're still learning facts, that's something good. But yeah, I don't know. Personally, I like these style of videos. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in another video.